Okay, hello. My name is Gucci Katana. Usually I am here to review Chinese swords, but today I will be covering something completely different. I'll be covering an antique tanto that I have had in my collection for a while. Now, a little bit of background. I am an amateur practitioner of Japanese swordsmanship. Uh, I am an amateur collector of Japanese swords. I have a couple antique Japanese swords, and I have all of my Chinese swords are from LK Chen. So this is going to be a little bit different than what I usually cover, but I will hope you will enjoy this look into a piece of history. So a little bit of background on this sword or tanto. I'm going to call it a sword from now on just because it's more simple. A little bit of background on this tanto. I had bought my first antique Japanese sword about a little bit a year and a quarter ago, and I didn't really know what I was buying. I really took a huge gamble, at least with a dealer who was fairly reputable, but I was not fully aware of the dating of my previous antique, and that was a Tachi in Kai Gunto Type 97 Imperial Japanese Navy fittings. I will be making a video on that sword very soon because I am having a replica of it being made. But for now, I bought this sword when I just wanted another antique Japanese sword. And I did a little bit of more research and I kind of got an idea of what I wanted, but I couldn't find anything on the market quite yet. So I waited quite a while. I waited probably about an entire year after I had bought my long antique. And then I finally saw this and I decided, hey, I'll buy it. It looked like a good deal. As you can tell, this is a fairly large tanto, and this is in the Hirazukuri Sunnobi style. It is a tanto by the Kaneie school, and I will be putting text up on the screen. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Now, based on some appraisals from some people that I know who work in the business, this is likely a Koto or very early Shinto era tanto. And the Kaneie line of smiths started from around the very, very end of the Kamakura, a little bit after it, into they worked all the way well into the Edo period, about the 17 mid 1700s. I'll put up some dates on screen. And this lineage of smiths from the Mino region is actually in Marcus Sesko's book, and I'll also be putting images from that book of all the different smiths. I'm not entirely sure the specific smith because there's so many men in this lineage, but based on some photos, it seems to be fairly, consistent. This is their style of blade. I really like it, and I think this is one of the nicer tantos I've handled. I've only handled a couple, and most of them have been reproduction tantos. So being able to touch an antique one was very interesting. What is actually more interesting is that my NBTHK paperwork that I purchased with this sword, and I'll be putting close ups of that paperwork on screen after this, actually calls this a Wakizashi. So a little bit of interesting information was that this sword is actually very recently papered at Hozon, which is the lowest grade for a blade in the NBTHK. And as you can see on screen, the amount of Kaneies, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this name, is very, there are many men and they work all the way up until 1830, and then it seems that there was another branch that changed the signature. I have a blade from them that is of this specific signature, though, as you see on screen. Is that it's barely struggles. Once it bites in, it just obliterates whatever it cuts into. Just to show, like, this may be the sharpest blade that I have that's not an LK Chen. This is a very scary blade. What can I say? I hope you like this little insight into a little piece of history that I own, and I hope that you subscribe. And if you are already, look forward to my video about my antique Tachi and the replica that I'm having made of it by Ryan Sword. I will see you guys later.